How far can you go for someone you love? One day I found out answer to that question myself. Today I am going to tell you a story how I saved my beloved dog from death while I was injured myself, and the way this incident affected my life. By the way, for the pet owners this video can be helpful. Do you think you know yourself well? Probably you might have answered yes. How about an extreme situation? From my own experience, I discovered that you start to know yourself fully when someone's life depends on your determination. This story happened to me when I was 15. At those times there was a deserted park that actually was more like a forest. We used to hear many rumors and true stories about that place, including murders. Hell, even some sectarian rituals happened there. As I remember, there was a water canal with a small swamp nearby. I used to take my dog for a walk there pretty often. So, as usual, one day in winter we decided to take a walk in that creepy park. We weren't met by nice weather though, there was snow and slush everywhere. The breed of my dog is Siberian like a real energizer that has to be walked frequently. That day we went to the depths of park, passed by the water channel and swamp, the furthest and deserted spot. Once we reached that part, I let Gandalf run freely. Yes, that's my dog's name. The story behind meaning of that name is a long story that I am going to share in a different video. Let's get back to our story. After letting Gandalf go, I busied myself with some stuff like making snow angel and singing.
Give me baby and tell me twice.
So it's been about 2 hours since we were outside. After a while Gandalf saw some dogs and joined them, but after about 5 minutes I realized that I lost all of them out of my sight.
You have to say map! Say map! Say map!
I had some places in my mind where they could be, so I started heading towards that direction. I started calling out for my dog when I suddenly heard bang and loud squeals. I saw that Gandalf was lying on the roadside, meanwhile the grey car was driving away. I came closer and knelt down to examine him. The scene of the incident was horrific. His mouth was bleeding, bloodshot eyes with his paws in blood. Even some bones were revealed. The things were bad. At that moment, as if my brain switched to its emergency mode. The first thing I did was trying to calm my dog by my soothing voice, letting him know that I was there for him. Then I pulled out my phone in an attempt to call my close people. But as it usually happens in horror movies, when I was needing it the most, my phone went dead due to the cold. I knew that there was nobody near to help us in that deserted place, while he was needing help immediately, so I decided to scoop him up in my arms and then act on the situation. At the time he weighed about 45 pounds. I took off my hoodie to create something like a bag by tying the sleeves and putting it around my neck to carry him. I laid my hoodie down and carefully tried to put Gandalf onto it when suddenly, due to his shock state, he bit my right hand. Interesting fact, even your the most closest pet can fall into a state of shock and return to its primal instincts. During this state, pets may not recognize you and act like crazy. The bite was so hard so I couldn't open his jaw to release my hand, almost with death grip. Well, you got it, yeah? Alright, this one was bad. His body was shaking badly, still having jitters after being hit by a car. I tried to gently ask him to let go my hand that has already been bleeding, but seeing his bloodshot eyes and hearing him whining made me realize he was having a panic attack. With my free left hand I tried to pull out another one that has started to go numb because of dog's tight grip. I had no idea what to do when my eyes laid on a stick on the ground and memory how once I watched a video about leverage crossed my mind. With the help of stick I managed to open his mouth and got my hand back, when out of nowhere he bit my left hand. To my own surprise this one didn't hurt much. Neither I was angry at him, my thoughts were clear. After thinking a while I decided it can't go this way anymore. I didn't have extra hands. He needs something to keep his mouth closed so he can't open his jaw. After taking off my belt, I created a tool that usually veterinarians use during examination of the dog. Looked not that bad. With the help of my tool, I rescued my left hand. Yeah, mission completed. My left hand was free now, bleeding as well, but not that bad as the right one. After analyzing his condition once more, I checked how the belt held his jaw. Then I successfully put Gandalf on my hoodie, circled the sleeves around my neck and started walking. Place to home was through swamp and water channel because time was limited. At the time I really thought it was a good idea. Turned out it wasn't at all. The swamp was passed without any trouble, but not the water channel. The ice wasn't solid as I thought, so it broke under my weight and I was in the water to my knees. Luckily, that day I was wearing my dad's boots that were so long, so only one of my legs got wet. But the funniest part was on the up and up. On the sunny side, the snow got melted quickly and turned into mud. I was climbing up, but kept slipping down, again and again. After all, I succeeded to grab onto Bush and we made it out. I was breathing heavily. All brown, like covered in shit, I continued walking. Just a bit and we were almost at home, a kilometer left. Occasionally Gandalf would let out a long drawn whine, and I knew he was hurting. Generally, he was trying his best. It was getting dark, so we have already spent about 4 hours in the damned park. When I was nearing the house, I spotted my sister. Turns out she got worried and started looking for us. She quickly noticed that something was wrong and ran towards us. She was worried and asked what happened. On the way to home, I shortly explained everything and calmed her down. Once we reached home, I laid Gandalf down on soft straw and put warm water closely. My sister called parents and dad came over to drive me to hospital in case to stitch my hands, but fortunately I didn't need that, the wounds weren't that open. My hands were treated and bandaged. Just like Gandalf, I also got series of rabies and tetanus injections. My dad informed me that my dog was also treated by a veterinarian. As he said, luckily there wasn't internal hemorrhaging and organs stayed unharmed. It took him 3 days to recover, and on the 4th one he got out of his kennel and pissed with wines. Seeing this all made me really happy, because the veterinarian literally said to my mom, "Your dog is lucky, could have died on the spot." About a month and a half I spent with bandaged hands. Don't ask me how I wiped my ass, it was terrible. Meanwhile, Gandalf was fresh as a daisy after a month, so the fact that dogs have quick regeneration is true. Honestly, I was always just a simple guy, like a classmate, whose existence everyone always forget about. Mediocre life, without ambitions and goals. But after this incident, as if I woke up from a dream, put aside the mask of side character. It's like I started to explore myself. There was always a feeling that I was only a watcher and lived my life on autopilot. And now I realized I can be the main character in my own life. Feeling that all my actions depend on my choices washed over me. This may sound like nonsense, but it changed my entire life. I started to try myself at many things that I used to be unsure or afraid of. More and more I challenged myself, and in the process discovered my hidden qualities. What I noted for myself is decision plus action equals new reality. And this was the story how I saved my dog. Share your own story in the comments, I will be glad to read it. Be my friend, be my cringe bro.